where my mouth is this week. Chiefs minus 3.5. The Chiefs can win the Super Bowl. Maybe they are not going to. Maybe they're having a down year. Everyone agrees they can win the Super Bowl. The Cowboys cannot. The Cowboys have not won 3 consecutive games in years. Years.
Is that true?
2 years.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been 2 years. They haven't done it this year. They didn't do it last year.
2020.
That's years. The Chiefs are going to win by at least 4. Yeah, whatever. It's been years. It's been multiple years. It's very simple. Next, just show.
Well, Kansas City Chiefs lost. So, yeah. This game was wild. I'm recording this at night. I'm recording all my post-game videos right now. It's 1:30 in the morning. I got home from Thanksgiving, all that type of stuff with the family, and I watched all 3 games, just one after the other. So it's a grind. I took my notes, and I want to be able to post these on Friday. Listen, this was a great Thanksgiving game. Mahomes versus Dak. I mean, both played great. You know, they really did. Dak gave you the interception. He gave you the gift, and the Chiefs, that wasn't enough to be the difference. I talked about this so many times that all you needed in years past was for the other team to make any type of mistake, any type of turnover, whatever it may have been, and that's it. That's all the Chiefs needed. Boom, let's go. We're gonna win, and that has not been the case whatsoever. They won the turnover battle, but they lost. This right here, man. This right here. 10 penalties for 119 yards. I think 4 defensive pass interference calls. I mean, Mahomes played really, really well. He definitely hurt himself a handful of times trying to hold on to the ball for too long. But then, of course, he pulled out some magic as well. The one scramble throw to Worthy I was with my family. I did see that play, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I watching right now? Like that was a really great play. But then on the flip side, Dak's out there scrambling. He had the 1 touchdown pass. I think it was to Williams? Yeah, to Williams. He was looking good. Like, it was a great game. You know, Dak, 27 for 39, 320 yards, 8.2 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 100 passer rating. The Chiefs could not stop the run. 5.3 yards per carry, 26 for 137. You obviously had the Davis 43-yarder. You know, it's just, that could be devastating. He gave up 68 yards on 2 chunk plays alone to Turpin and Davis. CeeDee Lamb stepping up, George Pickens stepping up. Everybody was stepping up, and that was the thing. This Dallas Cowboys offense specifically stepped up, right? Like, this wasn't just like a Dak Prescott hero special here. Like, everybody was stepping up. The run game was stepping up. The O-line was stepping up. CD, Pickens, Ferguson, like everybody played their part at all various strategic moments. And the truth is, in a lot of ways, similar story for the Chiefs, right? Like, Xavier Worthy making a huge, that one touch, Hollywood Brown made a huge touchdown pass, but then, like, he catches that ball, and then, like, you're still down by 3 at that point, and, like, he, like, jumps into the crowd, and he's, like, celebrating, and it's like, dude, your defense now needs to make, like, a huge stop. Like, you don't got time to celebrate right now. Like, what are you even doing right now? There's, like, 3-4 minutes to go. Like, you know, I'm like, what are you doing? But, like, everyone stepped up. Rashee Rice for them did step up. Xavier Worthy, they had the run game going. Mahomes, I mean, obviously showed out. 4 touchdown passes. 23 for 34, 129, 129.7 passer rating. But the difference was, at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys were more buttoned up. 9 for 16 on 3rd down. 5 for 13 for the Chiefs. They had 457 total yards. 457. 8.2 yards per pass, 6.6 yards per pass for the Chiefs. Like, it was just, this Chiefs team played well, but muted. Whereas the Dallas Cowboys were just letting loose. And they kicked field goals. I'm watching all these teams, all these games. Everyone just keeps going for it nonstop. 4th down. And the Cowboys were like, we're just going to kick field goals. Now, granted, a bunch of them were easier to, like, we're going to kick a field goal because it was like 4th and 8 or something, or 4th and 6. So I get it. But, like, it was just smart. They didn't overthink it. They didn't try to do too much. They converted the 2-point conversion when they needed it. They just made the plays. I mean, it's just, to me, the biggest thing is that the penalties really became devastating, and you could not stop the big plays. The big devastating moments from the Cowboys, you could not reduce. If you take away the endless penalties from the Chiefs and you took away some of these big splash plays, you probably come away and win that game. But the Chiefs could not do that. They could not stop any of the explosive plays. They just couldn't. It just felt like it was explosive play after explosive play after explosive play. And the Chiefs could not do that. And then in the moment when the Chiefs defense often does rise to the occasion, something that I had highlighted before in the past, of like getting the ball back to Patrick Mahomes so we can have that game-winning drive, that game-tying drive, the defense couldn't do it. And again, credit to the Dallas Cowboys. They did not give the ball back. And there was a moment, Romo was like, you stop them here. And there was a moment when it looked like it was going to be like 2nd and long, but then it turned into 2nd and short. Right? Like all those little things sets Dak up for a pass, complete, convert, boom, bam, done. Victory formation. Like in a lot of ways, this game was incredibly exciting and awesome to watch, but then also incredibly straightforward as well. So it's like, it's not like you can really point to KC and just be like, you blew it, you messed this game up. Oh my gosh, what was so, like, that wasn't, you just couldn't run the ball. Or, Mahomes had no time. Like, no, like that wasn't necessarily the case. Like both teams were actually playing really well. I remember, I was building connects with my niece and nephew, and so the game was on in the background. So I saw the flow of the game, but then again, like I said, I now just went back and watched the whole thing. But I got the sense of it, and so it was really interesting to hear their commentary. I mean, like, listen, it's my dad, my uncle, and stuff, and a bunch of other people, and so like they're like, wow, this is the greatest game I've seen, and so like, I sensed that, right? I sensed that energy. I sensed the plays that were being made, and it was just kind of like, whoa, how is this game going to unfold right now? Like how is it going to end right now? And so it's like, you can't really look at, again, if you're looking at it from the Chiefs' perspective, you can't like circle in big red, marker, this is where you messed up, this is where it all went wrong. I don't think it was necessary that, but you just couldn't stop the big plays. Overall you struggled to stop the run game, but it's not, it's not like they ran the ball for like 35 times for 200 yards. It's not like it was just like, man, clearly the Cowboys just wanted to run. Dak Prescott threw the ball 39 times, right? And it just, again, seemingly everything just felt so explosive. I mean, you're having the 51-yarder to Lamb, 39-yarder to Pickens, 19-yarder to Turpin. You have a 43-yard running touchdown from Davis, a 25-yard run from Turpin. Right? It just felt chunk, and it's like, okay, and you're going to be able to run the ball pretty consistently as well. Like, it's a tough one. It's and you're going to add on all the penalties. Like, yeah, man, it's yeah, this was one of the better Thanksgiving games, like in general, not just today, just in general. The Bengals game was I don't know what the heck that was. And the Packers-Lions game, Amon-Ra St. Brown obviously goes down, which is a bummer. That's going to change things. Losing, it's like if you lost Pickens in this game, like that's going to hurt you. And then questionable play calling from my viewpoint, questionable going for it on 4th down, where you could really be like, dude, like this was bad management. This was, you made a mistake here. You can't say that for in this game. Like I just thought this was just high quality football all around. But like I said, the Kansas City Chiefs defense could not get it done at all. It was just, and again, credit to the Dallas Cowboys offense for putting KC's back up against the wall. And this is what I had said going into this game for the Cowboys. I was like, this game, this game, going in and beating Kansas City is more impressive to me than beating, say, like a divisional team like the Philadelphia Eagles. And Cowboys fans got really mad at that. And it's like, that take aged perfectly. You're not going to tell me that this game wasn't more impressive. You're not going to tell me that this game makes you feel more confident about your team moving forward than what you saw against the Philadelphia Eagles. This definitely gives you way more excitement, way more confidence. And if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, you're seeing this, you're thinking to yourselves, why are we not able to get this job done? Why were we not able to slow down Dak and this offense? Like, why were we giving up such chunk play? Like just seemingly big play after big play after big play. Like, why was it not enough? Like, why was this not enough? It's like Mahomes played really well. He played great. Well is too short. He had almost 300 total yards, 129.7 pass rating, 85.1 QBR, 4 touchdown passes. Like it was all there for him. And again, his playmakers were making plays. They absolutely were. They were even able to run the ball pretty well, 5.2 yards per carry. Just I don't know. They didn't have they didn't have any of the big explosive plays either, and they didn't have any of these real bad moments where they fumbled it and lost or interception or anything like that. Like they played a clean game minus the penalties, obviously the 10 penalties. Yeah, that's a tough one. They're 6-6 now. Cowboys 6-5-1. They got to run the table seemingly to get into the playoffs, and this is why when I said to the Cowboys, if you don't make the playoffs, you ruined a year. Like Jerry Jones both did great things and terrible things. It's like, that's why I said, if you were going to trade Micah Parsons, do it before the draft so then you can start to have impact players today, earlier in the season, the start of the season, because now you have a team that can do damage seemingly, and it might be too late now. You built it too late, and now you wasted this high-powered offense, right? And it's just and that would be crushing. The Cowboys don't find themselves in the playoffs. That is crushing. Now the Kansas City Chiefs, they're getting lucky right now. The Ravens lost. That helps them. Again, they're not necessarily in the playoffs either right now, but it's a weird spot right now for everyone. I mean, the Chiefs are at 9-6-6, right? Texans can lose. The Bills obviously have the gap. The Jags have the gap. The Chargers have the gap. That's kind of where you're looking at. But the Ravens could have won. That would have now at least put them up there, right? And now the Chiefs drop back. But nope, you're still there with them. And the Ravens are I don't know who the Ravens are. Really fortunate at the Bengals. The Bengals should have beat the Giants. They should have beat the Jets. Should have beat the Bears. If Jamar Chase doesn't spit on anyone, could have beaten the Patriots. They could be sitting here with at least 2 wins. That's not a far stretch to say, okay, you should at least have 6 wins now. Now Joe Burrow's back. Now that's an extra team to deal with. You got to deal with the Ravens, the Bengals, the Texans, the Bills, right? The Jags, the Chargers. But now they don't have that. The Bills, the Bengals, they could technically win out, but even then, it's still probably not going to be enough wins, and they still got a 2-game gap on them. So you're all right, the Bengals, no matter what Joe Burrow is doing, is probably nothing too crazy. Miami, nothing there. So you really are just looking at, I guess Pittsburgh included, since someone's got to win the division. But you're looking from 4 down to 10, and so you got the gift right now with Baltimore losing. That is a gift. And now you just got, it's more looking at, the hope is that the Chargers start to slip. The Jags, you look at their schedule, you're like, there's still some more wins there for them. Buffalo, they obviously haven't been as great as you thought they were, but the notion that they could fall off a cliff, not to mention they have the tiebreaker, with KC, it's just one of those things where you're probably not looking at them. So the best bet is going to be the Steelers or the Ravens, right? Depending on how that unfolds, and then they got to play each other. So you'll have to do the math there. Chargers sliding, Jags sliding. And again, there's still the potential that the Texans kind of leapfrog as well. So, it's dicey. It's dicey for Kansas City. And if we look at it from the Cowboys standpoint, they're sitting at 6, right? The problem is that their wild card spot is 2 games back, right? You're 2 games back from the wild card. So that already now really hurts you. And even in the 8th, you're still behind the Lions as well. And then you got to play each other. But San Francisco, Green Bay, Seattle, those teams aren't necessarily set up to fall off a cliff, and all they really do is need to win a couple more games at the rest of their schedule, and then it's okay, you're golden, you're good, you're fine. So it's just it's a tough one for Dallas. It's a tough one. I mean, you know, it's on one side you should be so excited, but on the other side you should also be really, really, really furious that you're wasting like a peak prime offensive year with Dak in this offense and Schottenheimer, and like you didn't do a good enough job of setting this defense up early in the season. And you said this was your plan all along with Micah, and it was like, well, then you should have done it before the draft. You could have made moves. You could have built an awesome defense still prior to all of this. Bing, bang, boom. You could be in a great spot. And you could be an 8-9 win team right now. Certainly more than 6. That's not a far stretch. And then who knows what this looks like next year? You don't know. You can make all the assumptions that you want. Like, oh, we'll be able to run this back. This will be great, and we'll have a better defense. That all sounds great in theory. Doesn't mean it's gonna work. You have no idea. You just have no idea. How do the Lions feel right now? Not great, right? Not great. How did the Bucks feel? They were ready to pop and say, "Hey, we're doing this all over again." Not great. How did the Minnesota Vikings? You know, like you can go on and on. How do the Chiefs feel right now? Not great. Like things happen fast, man. In the NFL, things happen fast in the NFL. So a missed opportunity is a missed opportunity, but maybe they can still sneak in. I mean, you know, they kind of have to continue. You know, they got to keep winning, run the table, most likely, and see what happens. But yeah, great game, honestly, great game. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Kansas City Chiefs falling to the Dallas Cowboys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.